Hepatitis is an inflammation of the liver. Hepatitis viruses are the most common cause of the condition around the world, but other infections, toxic substances such as alcohol, certain drugs and autoimmune diseases can also cause hepatitis. There are 5 main hepatitis viruses referred to as types A, B, C, D, and E.
My message today is about hepatitis B and hepatitis C. Hepatitis B in Nigeria is an important cause of liver cancer and liver damage and liver cirrhosis.
Hepatitis affects about 13% of Nigerians. About 20 million Nigerians have chronic hepatitis. 60 to 70% of Nigerians have evidence of previous infection with hepatitis.
There are different ways of contracting the viruses. Hepatitis A and E are typically caused by the ingestion of contaminated food or water, while hepatitis B, C, and D are usually as a result of contact with infected body fluids.
We know the virus is in blood, we know that it's in body fluid, but we don't often realize that transmission is from child to child. So blood contact between 2 children playing is an important route of transmission. Infection from mother to child is important. And the third most important route in our environment is what they call unsafe injections. This is our practice, because of poverty sometimes, of reusing needles and sharps. It's also important to know that other routes exist, like on-screen blood transfusions, like sexual transmissions. Those are important, especially in adults.
So, here's a random sampling of a few adults on the knowledge of their hepatitis status.
I checked because I was advised to do that, because I was undergoing my marriage class and other things, so it's part of the exercise.
Do you know about hepatitis and do you know your status?
Presently, I don't know my status, but I know about hepatitis.
Early diagnosis of hepatitis is crucial before symptoms such as pain in the belly, dark urine, or jaundice begin to manifest.
Most people who are even almost close to the point of dying don't have any signs or symptoms. And once the signs and symptoms appear, the treatment is virtually untreatable. So it's important that people go and test when they are still healthy.
The diagnosis of hepatitis is as important as its treatment. Hepatologists say the patients need support when it comes to treating the condition.
To be actually fully investigated to determine whether a patient requires treatment or not will cost at least about 100,000 naira. The same applies to hepatitis C, which is actually a bit more expensive because there are more tests you need to do. Most of our patients disappear because they cannot afford to do these tests, and nobody knows what happens to them after that. So the government has a very strong role to play.
Prevention is always better than cure, while personal and food hygiene are key factors. In the case of hepatitis B, there's a vaccine.
The vaccination is in 3 doses. The first is given 0, 1, and 6. So 0 at 1 month later, then 6 months after the first dose. Okay, so 3 doses. So the 3 doses, the complete series, gives a protection of at least 95%. Okay, anybody who has not been exposed to hepatitis B before should take the vaccination. So in other words, you test yourself, you are negative for hepatitis B, take the vaccination. There's no vaccination for hepatitis C presently.
Viral hepatitis is said to be 50 to 100% more infectious than HIV. You can know your status by getting tested. If you're negative, get the complete 3 doses of hepatitis B vaccine. But if positive, get prompt treatment. Yomi Otaigbe reporting for Channels Television News.